There's a special kind of quiet at the water's edge at dusk. It's a place where the land gives way to liquid mysteries, and the desperate need for water can force a truce between hunter and hunted. In this moment of false peace, an animal might see a log-like shape dip beneath the surface with a sudden splash, and feel a rush of relief, thinking the danger has passed. But it's the other disappearance, the one you barely notice, that signals the end. If you see a crocodile suddenly submerge, you might think you're safe. But if it submerges slowly, you're already in its trap. That quiet, almost imperceptible disappearance isn't our retreat. It's the final, terrifying stage of a perfectly calculated ambush, an ancient promise of violence delivered with inhuman patience. We're about to break down the terrifying science behind why a crocodile's quiet vanishing act is the most dangerous moment of all. This isn't just hunting. This is a masterclass in predatory perfection, honed over millions of years. To really get the menace of the slow submerge, you have to understand the creature orchestrating it. The crocodile is a living fossil, an apex predator whose design was perfected eons ago. Its entire being is engineered for one purpose: the ambush. This hunt doesn't start with a chase, it starts with stillness. For hours, sometimes for days, a crocodile can wait. Its ectothermic, or cold-blooded, metabolism is a superpower of patience, demanding incredibly low amounts of energy. Unlike a lion or a wolf that's constantly burning fuel, a crocodile conserves its power, lying in wait with a metabolic rate so slow it's almost like suspended animation. This allows it to become part of the landscape. Lying motionless, it's not an animal anymore. It's a half-submerged log, a ripple in the water, a feature of the riverbank that's always been there. That's the first layer of its deception. The second layer is its anatomy. A crocodile's eyes, ears, and nostrils are all perched right on top of its head, a stroke of evolutionary genius. It allows the predator to stay almost entirely hidden beneath the water's surface, a nearly invisible killing machine, while still gathering critical intel on the world above. An animal approaching the water sees only the familiar landscape. It smells the water, it feels the soft mud, but its senses don't register any immediate threat. The crocodile, however, is sensing everything. Its hearing is sharp, picking up the subtle sounds of an approaching meal. Its eyesight, equipped with color vision, is scanning the riverbank. Even its sense of smell is highly developed, tasting the air for chemical cues. But the real masterstroke of its sensory arsenal is what it does when it finally decides to commit. The crocodile has chosen its target. It has waited, conserving its energy for this single, explosive moment. Now, it needs to close the distance without being detected. A sudden movement would make a splash, triggering the animal's flight response. So, it does the opposite. It begins to sink. This isn't a dive, it's a controlled, deliberate descent. This slow submergence is a critical form of stealth, designed to minimize any disturbance in the water that could betray its presence. As the water creeps over its eyes and nostrils, the crocodile isn't going blind, it's switching to a different, more terrifying set of senses. The visual world disappears, and a world of pressure and vibration comes into focus. This is the moment the trap is set. The slow, silent, vanishing act is where the crocodile's biology and physiology come together in an inescapable killing sequence. To understand just how doomed its prey is, we have to go beneath the surface with the predator. First, the basics of going underwater. As the crocodile submerges, it can seal its nostrils tight. But more importantly, it uses a unique piece of anatomy called the palatal valve. This is a fleshy flap at the back of the throat that forms a perfect watertight seal. This valve lets a crocodile open its mouth underwater to grab prey without a single drop of water entering its throat or lungs. With that valve closed, the inside of the crocodile's mouth is basically part of the outside world, a sealed chamber of death, ready to go. At the same time, its heart rate can plummet to as low as 2 or 3 beats per minute. It has a specialized heart with a unique opening, the foramen of Panizza, that lets it bypass sending blood to the lungs when it's underwater, shunting oxygenated blood only where it's needed most and conserving every last bit of energy. With its airways sealed and its heart rate crashing, the crocodile's eyes also prepare for the underwater assault. A transparent third eyelid, the nictitating membrane, slides across each eye. While this membrane can blur its vision slightly, it protects the eye and still allows it to see well enough to hunt. But vision is no longer its primary tool. The crocodile's skin, which looks like thick, impenetrable armor, is actually one of the most sophisticated sensory organs in the animal kingdom. Its jaws, and for many species its entire body, are covered in thousands of tiny, pigmented bumps known as integumentary sensory organs, or ISOs. For years, scientists thought these were simple pressure receptors, but we now know they're far more complex. Each ISO is a multisensory microorgan that can detect pressure, temperature, and even chemical stimuli. The sensitivity of these organs is almost unbelievable. Studies have shown that the ISOs on a crocodile's jaws have a mechanical sensitivity greater than human fingertips. They can respond to vibrations in the 20-35 Hz range, the exact frequency of ripples made by a small animal disturbing the water's surface. So, as the crocodile sinks, it's no longer seeing its prey, it is feeling it in 3 dimensions. The slightest movement, the faintest disturbance in the water, creates a precise map of its target's location. The prey, now standing in the water, is broadcasting its exact position to a predator that has become completely invisible. It's like standing in a dark room with a motion detector that's wired to a hidden killer. This incredible sensory array isn't just for detecting prey from a distance. The ISOs are most densely packed around the teeth and inside the mouth. This gives the crocodile fine-tuned feeling in its jaws, allowing it to adjust its grip and reposition prey for the final act, all without needing to see what it's doing. Buoyancy control is the final piece of this terrifying puzzle. A crocodile doesn't just sink, it controls its descent like a submarine. Using a unique muscle called the diaphragmaticus, which connects the liver to the pelvis, the croc can shift its lungs inside its body. To start a slow, head-first dive, it pulls its lungs toward its tail, changing its center of buoyancy and letting its head tip down without a splash. This gives it complete mastery over its position in the water, letting it rise, sink, or roll with minimal effort and maximum stealth. So, in these few seconds of slowly submerging, the crocodile becomes the perfect underwater hunter. Its throat is sealed, its energy use has dropped to almost zero, its eyes are protected, and its entire face has transformed into a hypersensitive detection grid. The water settles. The illusion of peace returns. For the prey animal, the threat has vanished. There's no sound, no movement, nothing to indicate the cataclysm that's about to unfold. It might take another drink or turn to leave, its small window of escape closing with every second. Beneath the surface, the crocodile is a coiled spring. Its entire predatory existence has led to this one moment. The energy for this attack comes from a different source than its patient waiting. It relies on anaerobic respiration, a process that gives it a massive, instant burst of power without needing oxygen. Its muscles are primed, filled with the potential for explosive force. When the crocodile strikes, it's one of the most powerful and rapid events in nature. Propelled by its massive tail, It can launch its body forward in short bursts approaching 18 miles per hour. It doesn't just swim, it erupts from the water. The attack is a blur of motion, a devastating combination of speed and force that gives the prey almost no time to react. And then, there's the bite. The jaw muscles of a crocodile are enormous, designed for one thing: closing with unimaginable power. The bite force of a large saltwater crocodile has been measured at roughly 3,700 pounds per square inch, psi. For perspective, a human bite generates around 162 psi, a lion, about 10 psi. The crocodile's bite is more than 20 times stronger than a human's and over 3 times stronger than a lion's. It's a force capable of crushing bone into dust. This immense pressure isn't just for killing, it's for control. A crocodile's teeth aren't for chewing, they are conical and sharp, perfectly shaped to puncture, grip, and hold on with unbreakable tenacity. The strike itself is a marvel. The crocodile can lunge with incredible accuracy, snapping its jaws shut with a force that can shatter a large animal's leg before it even knows it's been caught. The prey is seized, its escape instantly impossible. The shock and trauma are immense, but the croc's main goal isn't to kill with the bite alone. The bite is just the anchor for what comes next. The real purpose is to get the prey into the crocodile's element, the water. It will drag its victim off the bank and into the depths, where it can use its most infamous and brutal technique. Once the crocodile has a firm grip and has dragged its prey into the water, the struggle enters its final grim phase. Crocodiles can't chew their food. Their jaws are built to clamp and hold, not to grind. For any prey too large to swallow whole, they have to use a more primal method, the death roll. The death roll is an instinctive and ferociously effective move. Holding its victim, the crocodile uses its powerful body and tail to rapidly spin along its long axis. This spinning does a few devastating things. First, it completely disorients the prey, making any struggle pointless. Second, and most critically, it uses the prey's own body weight and resistance against it, generating immense shearing forces powerful enough to tear limbs from sockets and rip large chunks of flesh from the body. Finally, the death roll serves to drown the animal quickly and efficiently. This brutal efficiency is a hallmark of the crocodile, but researchers are realizing these ancient predators are far from the simple-minded brutes they were once thought to be. Recent observations have documented sophisticated, coordinated hunting tactics among crocodiles. They've been seen working in teams, like swimming in a closing circle around a school of fish to pack them into a tight bait ball, before taking turns darting through to feed. Larger crocodiles have been observed driving fish from deep water toward the shallows, where smaller, more agile crocs lie in wait. Some species have even been observed using tools, like balancing sticks on their snouts to lure nest-building birds within striking distance. This intelligence adds another layer of menace to their hunting prowess. The slow submerge isn't just an instinctive act. It can be part of a coordinated, intelligent strategy. The slow submerge isn't just an instinctive act. It can be part of a coordinated, intelligent strategy. The life of an animal at the water's edge is a gamble, a constant negotiation between thirst and survival. In this high-stakes game, the crocodile is the house that always wins. It has perfected the art of the ambush over millions of years, engineering a body and a strategy that are brutally, terrifyingly efficient. We've seen that the slow, quiet submergence is the linchpin of this whole strategy. It's the moment the predator willingly gives up its sight, trading it for a far more powerful sense, the ability to feel every ripple in its domain. It's the moment of ultimate stealth, where the crocodile transforms from a visible threat into an invisible underwater specter. It's the final confirmation that you are no longer just being watched, you are being hunted. That serene, silent descent is the crocodile's promise that the trap is set, the attack is imminent, and for its chosen prey, the world is about to be reduced to a sudden, violent explosion of teeth and water. If you found this deep dive into the world of this apex predator fascinating, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And for another look at nature's most effective killers, check out our video on the hunting strategies of the pack. Thanks for watching.